Now, the former Liberal Democrat leader, Lord Ashdown, has held talks with a group of Muslims who are demanding the party take action against the parliamentary candidate Maajid Nawaz. The group called for Mr Nawaz to be deselected after he tweeted a Jesus and Mohammed cartoon depicting the Prophet Mohammed. It's a row that began on Twitter 2 weeks ago, but shows no sign of dying down. So has today changed anything, and how representative is the Muslim anger? Katie Razzle has this report.
Heading into Liberal Democrat headquarters to demand the sacking of one of the party's candidates.
We've got our stance on this, that we want him deselected.
This is not a witch hunt, this is us expressing our democratic rights.
They were meeting party grandee Paddy Ashdown. The dispute began over this cartoon called Jesus and Mo, which we've decided not to show in full because representations of the Prophet are offensive to many Muslims, though we accept others will disagree with our decision. After 2 students were banned from wearing T-shirts showing the cartoons at a university fair, they appeared on a TV programme. Some Muslim contributors said the cartoons were offensive, but Maajid Nawaz from the anti-radicalisation think tank Quilliam disagreed.
I do not feel threatened by these gentlemen wearing that T-shirt.
Mr Nawaz, who's standing for the Lib Dems, later tweeted out the full cartoon, saying God wasn't threatened either. He's a controversial figure amongst Muslims and was recently involved in persuading the former leader of the English Defence League to renounce extremism. After his cartoon tweet, he received death threats. Many Muslims are genuinely angry at his behaviour, hence today's meeting. They've been talking now for more than an hour, no doubt airing inside Lib Dem HQ the views they've shared outside. But this is more than just an internal Liberal Democrat dispute. It's also about where the line should be drawn when it comes to freedom of expression in our country.
Some of these nutcases who are protesting so much about Maajid Nawaz, they're giving Muslims generally a bad name. They are the ones who are damaging the image of Islam. Jesus and Mo cartoons do nothing to damage the view of Islam amongst normal human beings.
So what do they think in Hampstead, North London, where Mr Nawaz is the Lib Dem candidate?
Oh, yes, I know about it, yes. Yeah,
so you think it's offensive?
Not really, no. I'm not, as long as we all live in peace and harmony, I don't mind.
Do you think he should be deselected, not allowed to stand as a result?
Straight up.
You do?
I wouldn't vote for him. Hell no. I wouldn't vote for him.
Back in central London, after what was described as a cordial but frank exchange of views, was there progress?
It wasn't as fruitful as we expected. We did not achieve our objectives, and so the fight actually continues.
How can you be a Liberal Democrat if you don't agree with freedom of expression?
I believe in freedom of expression, I believe in freedom of speech, I believe in every single freedom, as long as freedom is done within respect.
I mean, I would have been happy with a deselection of Maajid Nawaz, but obviously we didn't get that. But, you know, we're still talking.
The furore surrounding Maajid Nawaz isn't going away, though. Some of the men in the meeting today told me they will campaign to withdraw support from Lib Dem candidates across the country if he isn't forced to stand down.
Well, I went to Liberal Democrat headquarters to talk with former Liberal Democrat leader Paddy Ashdown as he was leaving today's meeting, and I asked him what happened.
Many Muslims, though not all, object to any image of the Prophet. There is a minority view which allows that. And Maajid Nawaz's right to assert that minority view is unchallenged in the Liberal Democrats. I have to say that some of the language that was used in describing this afterwards was not the kind of temperate and moderate language which I would have wished to see. That's been made clear to Maajid Nawaz. He has expressed regret, he has apologised.
Regrets for sending the tweet?
Regret for the language that was used. And as far as we are concerned, an expression of regret on a matter like that.
But he's still the candidate.
He's still the candidate.
To become an MP.
He's still the candidate, of course he is, yes. I mean,
so the question, I mean, really, it's pretty simple, isn't it? No problem with him sending a tweet, problem over the language used, and he stays a Liberal Democrat, a candidate for Parliament.
No, it's not that. The expression is this, that he has exercised his freedom of speech in expressing a minority Muslim view. We defend his right to do that. He knows that some of the language that he's used in describing this afterward was intemperate. He's been required to apologise for that. He has done so. That, I think, gives us a position to move on. Now, that view is not shared by everybody in the Muslim community, including not by the people you're talking about, but that is the Liberal Democrat position on that, and that's the position described by Nick Clegg, and that's the position I take.
But then we're left with Mohammed Shafiq, whose behaviour doesn't seem to be neither liberal or democratic.
Well, I'm not going to ascribe to those adjectives, as you will imagine, John, but I think Mohammed Shafiq knows that I don't think everything he's done in this thing has been helpful, and I don't think it's been wise either.
Does he stay a member of the
That's
Liberal
a matter
Democrats?
for the procedures of the party. They haven't been initiated, but if they were, the party would take its... you know, we're not going to make snap judgments. We're not going to be forced into positions by anything, really. We have procedures to follow. If those are initiated, they will be followed in a due, just, and even-handed manner.